Okay, so we're continuing on simplifying. Problems get a little harder as we go along, so I'll try to explain each type. Number 6. Remember, we look at these kind of piece by piece. So we're going to look at the 4 and the negative 5 first and kind of work our way across. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. We'll collect our a's. We have 3 of them here and 5 of them there. So that's be a to the 8th. Collect our b's. That's b to the 12th. And finally our c's, c to the 4th. Okay, so we have a fraction one here. Same idea though, we're going to focus on the numbers first. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. X to the 4th over x to the 1, we subtract the 4 and 1. X to the 3rd, and y9 over y5 gives you y to the 4th. Next one. We're going to have to raise the 3, the x cubed, and the y to the 5th to the 2nd power. So make sure that you're applying it to all 3 things. 3 squared is 9, remembering that the numbers kind of have their own properties. The powers and exponents have their own unique properties. X to the 3rd squared is x to the 6th. Y to the 5th squared is y to the 10th. Okay, number 9, even messier. I would recommend doing what's inside the parentheses first, simplifying it, and then worrying about the 3rd power out here. So I have a p to the 5th over a p to the 1, and a q to the 2nd over a q to the 1. So I'm just going to say that's 2 on top. We can't do anything with that. P5 over P1 is P4, and that's on top because the bigger number's on top. Q2 over Q1 is just Q1, or Q. And nothing's left on the bottom because I've subtracted them out. So that's to the 3rd power. So now remember, just like the last problem, that 3rd power has to apply to all 3 things in here. So 2 to the 3rd power, which is 2 times 2 times 2, is 8. P to the 4th to the 3rd power is like 4 times 3, so that's p to the 12. And then q to the 3rd power. Okay, next to number 10. This is the easiest one you'll see. You should recall that when anything is raised to the 0 power, it is equal to 1. That's all for number 10. Okay, let's look at 11. So now we have to be careful with the negative exponents here. Notice how the z has a negative 3, that should be brought up. The y has a negative 3, should be brought down. So we kind of go downstairs or upstairs depending on where we start with those negative numbers, those negative exponents. Alright, first of all though, the 3 and the 15, we should know that 3 goes into both 3 and 15 and there's a negative there. So we're going to start off by dividing the top and the bottom numbers by 3. So that's going to give us negative 1 over 5. Alright, the rest of this is a matter of moving and shifting things around. You can see that all the x's are negative, so those are going to all go downstairs. All the y's on the top are negative, those are all going to go downstairs. And then the z's on the bottom have to go up. So if I already have 2 z's on the top and 3 of them are coming up to join them, that'll be z to the 5th. And then everything else lives on the bottom. We have an x to the 7th with 4 more x's coming down. So that's x to the 11th. And then the y had a 9 on the bottom. So that's going to create y to the 12th. And we have our answer. Okay, number 12, I would focus on what's inside the parentheses first, like last time. So 14 divided by 7 is 2. Okay, and then I have an x to the 8th that's kind of by itself. I have a y that's by itself, and a z to the 4th. Okay, I could put a 1 here if I wanted to. Alright, so that's all to the squared power, to the 2nd power. So we got to make sure we do everything in the numerator. The 2, the x, and the y get squared. And then on the denominator, the z gets squared as well. So 2 squared is 4. X to the 8th to the 2nd power is like multiplying, so that's x to the 16th. Then the y gets squared. And the bottom, z to the 4th to the 2nd power is like 4 times 2, so that's z to the 8th. Okay, lastly, starting with the numbers. 4 divided by 12 is 1 over 3. Okay, my A's need to go downstairs, my C's need to go downstairs. My B's are negative on the bottom, those have to go up. So kind of follow with me here. I'm going to have 8 A's on the bottom total. I'm going to have 6 C's on the bottom total. And then those B's have to bump up with the B to the 1 that's already there. So that's going to be 3 B's on the top. Now we know the 1 here is optional because it's the same as if it was just B to the 3rd. So that would be our final answer for 13.